Hey, Kyle Jolly here, Minister of Beechwood Heights Church on the corner of 31st Street and Linden Avenue in Parkersburg. You're watching Woodshop Wednesday, where I take a small break from what I'm doing out in the shop to help you keep your mind centered on Christ in the middle of the week. In front of me is a tray of growing things, and I can't take credit for this. This was all my wife. She starts her seeds early inside the house, and she plants them all on this tray and sets them in the window and starts getting them to grow. So this is several weeks worth of growth already. And then when we get to a certain stage, she'll take them outside. We have some raised beds out in our garden. She'll plant all of these outside where they will continue to grow for several more months before anything good or valuable comes from them. So we've already got several weeks of waiting in. Now we're going to have several months of waiting after that before we actually get some kind of produce from this, before we can have something that we actually get to eat. So we wait all that time. This kind of took my mind to James chapter 5, verses 7 and 8, which says, "Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. You too, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near." You know, especially in this day and age where everything is instant, right? You just right, hardly anymore. You don't even have to go looking for stuff. You have a conversation and your phone's going to hear that, and you suddenly get an advertisement for it, right? And it's just waved in front of your face, and you order it, and you have it at your doorstep 2 days later. We have lost the concept of waiting patiently for things. And when it comes to waiting in the Lord, this is super important for us to not lose hope, to not lose heart, because God operates on a different time than people do, and especially in the time that we live now and the culture that we are in, where everything is instant gratification. It's very easy to get disheartened when we think about waiting on God to do things in God's time. Not just things that we're praying about in our life now, but thinking about long-term game that God is playing and providing for his people, or the overarching bubble of time, when we're so focused on this little tiny little thing in front of us. So we can look at something as simple as some plants that we're starting in our house or outside, and see how many months it takes and how we're willing to wait months and months for just a tomato or something small that we're going to eat in just a few minutes' time during a singular meal. God is on a much, much larger scale, and we have to remember that God's time is not our time, and we need to be patient and look towards him and what he's doing. Don't take my word for it. Go see it for yourself. James chapter 5, verses 7 and 8.